No, you're insane!
Hello, and welcome to the Madhouse, episode 68. I'm your host, Ultimate Spy 53, and joining me this week, I have...
Steve Kovoc, also known as Steve Kovoc. Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm Lucas. I'm here again.
Hello. Great. So yeah, it's a pretty light cast, but we're managing. This is just how we do it. So not a lot in the entertainment world. I mean, this podcast is focused on that, but there's not a lot really at all. There's like zero. The only thing I could think of was this one thing that no one really knows about. So that's not my fault. But I did find that something really interesting that I've been meaning to talk about. And that I think I was looking at an article or like one of those quizzes, like why so-and-so is better on Facebook, and it was basically why Marvel Studios is better than DC Entertainment. Lucas, why do you think Marvel Studios is better than DC Entertainment in the movies?
Well, I mean, the DC movies, they haven't done a whole lot yet.
Yeah, no.
Half of them, well, I guess now a third of them, now that Wonder Woman's out, but
yeah.
Up until Wonder Woman came out, literally half of them were completely terrible.
That's true, yeah. Although Man of Steel, well, with Man of Steel, I liked it, but they treated Superman like an alien, not like a superhero. Like, come on.
I was down with that. It was just,
I mean, that's the only thing I didn't like about it. Man of Steel is great. There's just one thing that they kind of made it look made it bad because of the whole treating Superman like an alien. That's not how he should be. He doesn't be a superhero. He's one of the most popular. He's actually the earliest superhero. I think he was in 1939 or something like that. I can't remember when he came out, but he was one of the earliest superheroes ever to make the comic strip. And to have a reboot, I mean, they made 4 of them. They made the first one, it was pretty good. They made a second one, I liked it. They made a third one, not well. Fourth one was terrible. Like, the special effects were just awful. I think there was a scene where Superman rebuilt the Great Wall of China using his X-ray vision. Yeah. No. It was 4. It was Superman 4, and he's like, oh, the Great Wall of China is broken. I better do this. Like, that's not what you use the powers for.
The Great Wall of China is already broken.
Yeah. You don't use that, but that was the more relevant, not as receipt one. And of course you have or I think it was the crap. I can't remember the villain of that movie. I mean, it's still a terrible movie, but I can't remember the villain. Nuclear Man, was it? I think it was Nuclear Man. I think so. Pretty sure. But yeah, I did not like that. I didn't hate it. I'm just like, wow, this movie is so good. It is true. It was so good. Superman 4. Yeah, it was that bad. But then of course
It sounds like one of those movies that's so bad it's good.
Yeah, they rebooted with Man of Steel, and then of course, and they have all these extra movies. But then, I mean, my opinion is why Marvel's better is because they have a universe. I mean, we've talked about this before, but we haven't specifically talked about why it's better. Marvel's better because they they've built a universe. They have a plan, everything. They know what they're doing. They have, a bunch of like origin stories for characters, and they have a big, TV movie. But, of course, there's always the drawback that they don't have as many characters to choose from. Like, they don't have the licenses, because I think there was a podcast where Big Dino Guy talked about the fact that, I can't remember when it was, but maybe the early 2000s or something, when Marvel basically sold the rights to a lot of characters, like Hulk. We're not getting a Hulk movie anytime soon, but he's appearing in, other movies because that's what they can do. Like, Universal has the rights to distribute a Hulk movie, but we can't see Hulk in his own movie. You can see Hulk in a, movie with other characters, but we can't see him on his own, which sucks. But like, we got, they sold the rights to Fantastic Four, X-Men, a lot of characters. And most of those are at Fox now.
I think another reason why Marvel is better than DC, at least in the movie universe.
Yeah.
Is because it feels like DC just kind of rushed everything.
Yeah,
like,
that's
all
yeah.
this stuff within like the last 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
Well,
Mhm. Yeah.
While Marvel's been building it up for like at least 5 years.
Exactly.
Batman vs Superman felt like it should have been at least 4 or 5 different movies.
Yeah, exactly. It was. I mean, I think I talked about this.
Like
Yeah.
condensed. It felt like a condensed, like.
Yeah. I think I talked about it a couple weeks ago when me and Steven had gone to see Batman vs Superman on the opening day, and I didn't hate it, but I'm like, they are doing so much to this movie to make it good, but they're doing it so wrong. They're like mashing. It's basically Spider-Man 3, but worse. Although I did like Spider-Man 3 a lot. In fact, that's my favorite movie out of the entire trilogy of that. But basically, that movie was garbage, and that's why Marvel is better, because you know DC, they have their universe. It's I remember when it was established. I think maybe a couple years ago when the TV universe was kind of being a thing. Jeff Johns, the head of DC Entertainment, said, "Oh yeah, so I've talked with Greg Berlanti, and we've decided that the CW TV shows with the DC, they're gonna be in their universe, and the movies are gonna be in their universe." It's like, really? Come on. And then of course you have Justice League. It's like, oh, there's a Flash, but we already have a good Flash on the other TV show that's really good.
I'm okay with it, as long as we don't have the crappiness that is the current live-action Batman messing up the TV-verse.
Yeah, but still, I mean, there's some pretty good Easter eggs in Supergirl. Like there's an episode of Supergirl. I can't maybe it was the first season where it was a family who it was like something happened and they're like, that's it, we're moving back to Gotham. That was a Easter egg, and it was really cool. Yeah. But I feel like with Marvel, the problem with Marvel, and I'm kind of gonna mess around with the why Marvel better than DC and DC better than Marvel. So Marvel better than DC because they know how to build a universe. They've been doing it since 2008. They're doing 10 years of it. Like I saw the leaked Infinity War trailer, which looks awesome, by the way. And I saw one of the comments say, yeah, this trailer makes DC look bad, basically. You got this awesome trailer, and it's like, DC, Justice League, no one cares. And it's true. It's like, yay, awesome, Infinity War. DC's like, Justice League, no one's gonna see that. But yeah, I mean, I feel like with Marvel, they've been around, like, at least the movies have been around successfully since 2008, and they've been doing sequels and stuff like that, and they've been doing their own big movies. Heck, they've had 2 Avengers movies, coming up on a 3rd one in next year, and Justice League only has 1 movie so far.
Right.
So I think Marvel has an advantage, but there is an advantage to DC. And this is, I think it was the article where I think it was the quiz or the article where it was why DC is better than Marvel, and why DC is better than Marvel. DC's been around longer. If you think about it, Superman was first introduced, I think it was an Action Comics, something like that, back in the 30s or the late 30s. I can't remember exactly when he... Yeah, something like that. I don't know. But the thing is, DC been around longer than Marvel, because they started first.
Yeah.
But then, of course, you have the fact that DC has more... They have access to more characters. They can do any character they want. In fact, the Wonder Woman movie, the intro to that, you show like every DC character on this little opening thing. That's cool. But with Marvel, like I said before, with the whole selling the rights to the characters, I think Big Dino Guy did mention that, which sucks. Like, Marvel, what are you thinking? Selling the rights to all these characters? You know what you're missing out on? But which sucks, because like a lot of people want a Fantastic Four movie in the MCU or an X-Men movie in the MCU, which is never gonna happen because unfortunately 20th Century Fox owns the rest of the characters, and they've only made 2 or 3 Fantastic Four movies, 2 of which were good, 1 of them which was terrible, and the X-Men movies were, I liked them a lot. But that's the thing with DC, they have more availability. They can do more. They can do Superman, they can do Batman, they can do any character they want. But it's the fact that with this universe, they're rushing. They don't know what they're doing. Like, they think, oh, well, we can make a big plan of movies and people are going to see them. We can make a, I've had many podcasts about this, and I can't stop talking about it because it's such a big deal, because I think the new Justice League movie trailer came out, and I'm like, I'm not going to watch it. No, because they have the one Flash. You don't need 2 Flashes, because I think the the first time that I saw the trailer for Justice League, I'm like, really? Another Flash? He looks like he's in an Iron Man suit. He's like bolts and armor, like that's not a Flash suit. But yeah, what do you guys think? What do you think are some advantages of Marvel and you know, why do you think Marvel is better than DC first?
I think they do. I think there's a lot of things that could be better. It's not just one thing that could be better. One of the things they do better is I really think they built their universe better.
Oh yeah.
Like they connect the characters.
Yes, exactly. Although not.
DC, it just felt extremely rushed. And
yeah.
Just like, all right, let's just throw some stuff in.
Yep. I mean, I think the problem with Marvel, this is another con for Marvel, is the fact that their Netflix show, their Netflix series, and even Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., although Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. isn't as bad as Netflix. With Netflix, I think what they've said is that they're not going to do a crossover anytime soon because of the tone, and if they're right, but also, Netflix, they hardly do any mentioning. They maybe reference, like, I think there's episodes of Luke Cage or Daredevil where they're like, you know, you have, I think there's a poster of the Battle of New York, you have, you know, people with silver hammers, you know, people with suits of armor, that kind of stuff. It was an Easter egg in Luke Cage where some guy basically name dropped all the main core Avengers, which is really cool. But it's the fact that they don't really do a lot of mentioning. I think there was one point where I think it was Jessica Jones, and I did not like that show at all. But it was Jessica Jones, and there was a kid in a Captain America outfit. Cool, but still, Marvel, they're like, yeah, everything's connected, but at the same time, it's not, because they don't do a good job at actually mentioning it, making connections. At least Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. did a good job with that, but not so much with the rest of it. But with DC, I feel like, you know, the TV shows are doing a lot better than the movies. At least that's my opinion. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree.
You agree with it? Have you seen any of the DC shows at all?
DC shows? No.
Yeah, like Arrow, Supergirl, Legend of Tomorrow, Flash. That's true. Yeah. But yeah, I think I've mentioned this a lot before. It's the fact that with DC, I'm worried about it, and I think Big Dunn Guy mentioned this before, that we're both worried that DC is just gonna suck because they don't know what they're doing at all. You know, Wonder Woman, it looks like it's gonna save the day, but the rest of the movies just look, they're rushed, and they're putting a bunch of characters in at once, and they're just like they're just a mess. But I feel like with a lot of DC movies, they're doing a lot more, you know, faithful telling, or more comic book oriented. They're making the characters look more like they're from the comic book. A lot of interpretations don't really have that, but I feel like it's been a thing. You know, we get a lot more, you know, faithful comic book things. Although a lot of the movies that I've seen so far, like for example, Suicide Squad, I enjoyed that one, and that's one of the reasons why, you know, I think the reason why DC's failing is because a lot of movies are getting really bad reviews. Like for example, Batman v Superman and Suicide Squad, those get terrible reviews, which I did not like at all. I was very disappointed in the fact that they got terrible reviews. What did you guys think? What did you think of Suicide Squad?
Oh, right, I haven't seen that.
You haven't?
I haven't been able to.
Oh, you should see it. It's like a year old now. Actually, yeah.
I've heard of it, but I've heard, you know, I've heard people review it and stuff like that. And they did. Some people say it's okay, some people say it's really bad, but, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I liked it a lot. It had some good connections, but I still feel like...
I think I remember hearing your views on it sometime, I don't remember.
Yeah, but I still feel like, you know, they're doing a lot better with, you know, Marvel's, they know what they're doing. I think I said before, but Marvel knows what they're doing, and DC does not.
Marvel does, yeah.
Yeah, Marvel Studios...
DC is just kind of all over the place.
Because Marvel has built a universe out of what they have done so far, and they're celebrating 10 years. DC, there won't be 10 years until 2023 with the 10th anniversary of Man of Steel. At least the successful one. They had, like, you know, they had Green Lantern, which was terrible. They had oh, hi. They had the Dark Knight trilogy.
I am back.
Great. and then they have Man of Steel. But with their universe, like, they didn't officially have a, shared universe until 2013 with Man of Steel. Everything before that, you had Green Lantern, you had, the Dark Knight trilogy. The Dark Knight trilogy was great. Green Lantern, not so much. They wanted to make a universe from that, and then they started making more, and then Superman Returns came around, and then they had to reboot Superman, and that's when they finally made a universe. Marvel, guess what? They had been Iron Man 3 was out by the time Man of Steel came out. So you have the first DC Extended Universe movie in 2013 with Man of Steel, and that was the same year that Iron Man 3 came out. So Marvel Studios was had a lot of movies by then. That was their Iron Man, Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, Thor, Captain America, Avengers, Iron Man 3. 7th movie. They were in their 7th movie by the time Man of Steel came out. So basically what I'm saying is Marvel Studios was in their 7th movie by the time that DC's first movie came out.
Right.
Yeah, so DC kind of sucks. Yeah, you can kind of... Yeah, a little bit late to the party, right? It just makes it makes them look bad, because look at this awesome Avengers leak trailer. You might be able to see it still. Hopefully it's there. And then look at DC's Justice League trailer. Compared to... Okay, so basically, let me ask you guys. Which movie, Avengers Infinity War or Justice League, would you most likely want to see more?
Infinity War?
Exactly, right? Because they built the universe first. In DC, it's like, they don't know how to do it. They're like, yeah, Marvel's like, yeah, we have 3 Avengers movies already. DC, how many how many team-up movies have you got? 1? Everyone's just cracking up aloud. Because they don't, yeah, pretty much. They don't know what they're doing at all. They think they can do it, but they can't. And that's the sad part. Is the fact that, I think that my brother was talking to me about the fact that, past DC movies were all dark and gritty, and then Justice League's all, awesome, quote that, and kind of not as gritty anymore. And that's what makes them not as good.
Right.
And that's what also made Batman v Superman a mess, is because it was called Dawn of Justice, and it was a terrible movie. And, yeah, I mean, they did so much to the movie that made it terrible, and they thought they could have a Justice League movie that... They basically, I think, and I've mentioned this quite a few times on the show before, but basically what DC's doing is they think they can do it by having Superman, and then after that have Superman fight Batman, and then have Wonder Woman along the further right, and then have, a cameo from The Flash, Cyborg, and Aquaman, and then have Wonder Woman after that, and then it's like, oh yeah, well, people wanted a Justice League movie for, years. Here you go. It's like, oh, you want to know where The Flash, Aquaman, and Cyborg came from? Here you go. It's like...
Oh,
exactly. It's like, they don't know what they're doing. And then, of course, when I see the CW TV shows, I'm like, okay, they can do it better. They have a good Flash TV show. They have a good Arrow TV show. Supergirl's pretty good. They have, Arrow sorted it all, and then they had, they brought the idea of Barry Allen in the mix, and then they launched out from Legends of Tomorrow, and then they had did you have Supergirl, and then multiverses, and that's where DC on the TV side is good. Movie side, shit. I mean,
The funny thing is,
yeah.
With the Dawn of Justice,
Mhm.
whatever, Man of Steel.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, it seems like they just cram as many characters into what do
Yep.
we have? Lex Luthor, Batman,
Yeah.
well, of course. Who else should we have? We should try to make a, Avengers movie after this. Oh, let's put another woman for no reason. Let's put in Cyborg,
Yep.
the Flash. Yeah, let's just put these guys in for no reason. Aquaman in there. That's a good idea. Let's just put
Yeah.
Aquaman.
Yep. Okay, they can. It's like, well, have they contacted Grant Gustin about appearing in the Flash movie? No, they've just cast Ezra Miller because they can. It's like, hey, Grant Gustin, did you know that they're making a Flash movie? And he's like, no, I wasn't contacted about this. Do you want to be in a Flash movie? Yeah. Oh, sorry, Ezra Miller's taking the job. Fuck. Come on, really? That's what makes me so angry. It's like, you expect to have this awesome TV show based on a DC property, and then oh, they're making a so-and-so movie. oh, this guy did pretty well in that role. Maybe they'll do a movie where he makes an appearance in the movie as the character. Oh yeah, no, they've cast someone else. Oh, come on. So it bugs me. It really makes me mad that that's even a thing. I mean, it's so annoying. And of course, there's also the disadvantage for Marvel. With the fact that, like I said before, with the whole selling the rights thing to it. So of course you have, you know, Marvel Studios doing very well financially. And then you have 20th Century Fox. They made 2 Fantastic Four movies. They made 9 X-Men movies, and more coming. And then they had another Fantastic Four movie, which was god awful. I didn't even bother seeing it because it was awful. I mean, the marketing, come on, fantastic. No, you never want to see a movie like that. It looks terrible. But basically, you have all these other movies, and it's like, and then of course I think they finally gave the rights to Marvel Studios for Daredevil, which ended up becoming a Netflix show, which is actually, you know, pretty good, honestly. But I still don't like what's going on with it. Like, I'm worried about, you know, Marvel Studios and Marvel and stuff like that. Like, everyone wants everyone to be existing in one universe, and the only problem with the fact that they share universes is the fact that they don't really do a good job with it. Like, I really hardly see it anymore. You see like mentions, and I think the only show from the Marvel side, at least the Marvel Cinematic Universe side of it, that actually connects well is Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Have you guys seen that one before? That show?
I don't watch the kind of TV.
Okay. But to basically summarize that show, it has to do with Coulson, who survived after the Avengers, and the reason why that show is a lot better is the fact that, you know, he's on his own team, and they do a lot of episodes actually take place after many of the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies. Then there was actually an episode that took place after Thor: The Dark World. There was an episode where Lady Sif had an appearance. There was an episode where another Asgardian came to Earth. So they do a lot better with actually, you know, mentioning things, or actually there was the episode where Lady Sif came, and then of course I think there's an episode later where Coulson tells one of the characters how he died, and it was about an Asgardian scepter, or what do you call it? Yeah, Asgardian scepter. And it's like, oh my god, that's the Avengers. So, and that's the only Marvel show that's actually doing justice by mentioning it and actually connecting to the Avengers, which I love. So I know you guys don't watch that, but I'd recommend it. If you like Coulson, if you want to know what, have you seen any of the show at all, like one episode?
I saw the first couple episodes.
Okay, so you know a little bit about it. What was that?
I kind of know the basics.
Okay, that makes sense. I think they even made an Agent Carter show, which was if you don't know who Agent Carter is, she's the love interest of Captain America.
The one during World War II.
Yeah. And they made a show. They made a couple of seasons show. It was post World War II, and it was about her. It was about her moving on from the events of Captain America: The First Avenger, and her dealing with her life after that. It was pretty interesting. They actually had I think they had. I think that was where they had a lot of comic book storylines and stuff. They actually had Howard Stark actually was in that show, which is really cool. Played by Dominic. I don't know his name. I don't know his last name. But which is really interesting because Dominic, whatever that guy is, he's actually British. Did you know that? Yeah, the actor who plays Howard Stark in the first Captain America movie is actually British, even though he plays the character with an American accent. Which is very interesting because it's like, you know, Doctor Strange. He's an American accent, even though the actor's actually British. Really cool. Although nowadays Marvel Studios the movies that are coming out, like Spider-Man and Doctor Strange. The only problem with those movies is the continuity. It's getting crazier. You don't know where it takes place, what's happening. So yeah. So back to DC side. Why do you think DC's better than Marvel?
Me?
Yeah, you first.
I don't know. They probably. I don't know.
Okay, Lucas.
I'm a little lost. Okay, sorry.
Lucas.
I haven't
It's just a little bit lost.
I've seen a couple episodes of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
And a couple episodes of The Flash, and that's literally it.
Wow.
Either TV.
Yeah, I haven't watched any of it. I don't have TV. Well, my parents do, but I don't watch TV.
You don't watch TV? Wow. You got a life, man.
Yeah.
But
It's also, we don't have a Netflix, so I can't watch
Oh.
the shows you're watching either. So
That
the
sucks.
only thing I have is basically Fox News.
oh my god, wow, that sucks.
Oh, boy.
That's
So
unfortunate.
that's why I don't watch TV anymore.
Wow.
I would love to. I would love to watch these shows,
Yeah.
but I don't have a Netflix.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah. So Lucas, do you have any thoughts about why you think DC is better than Marvel in any way?
Oh yeah. I know.
Connection with the DC TV films have like more connections and
Yeah.
crossover.
Oh yeah, the crossovers. That's the thing. That's the big one. That's the crossovers are a big one for DC because DC, they know what they're doing with the crossovers. They handle the crossovers pretty well. Although the last crossover that I saw, it was unfortunately disappointing. At least the first half of it was because they did not do a good job with connecting the Supergirl TV show, in the way I wanted it. Because I was hoping that we could see more Supergirl characters from that show, but they did not make an appearance at all. The only character that made an appearance in the episode was Supergirl herself, which does suck. But then of course you have the other crossovers where you have Marvel, and I mean I think DC's better with the crossovers, but Marvel's also good too. But like Marvel with Netflix, they're doing a Defenders crossover between Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist. They're having a big crossover coming up in a couple weeks actually. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of those shows. I got through them. The only shows I actually like are Daredevil and Iron Fist. I wasn't a big fan of Jessica Jones or Luke Cage. Just was not. Didn't really grab me. But I'm interested to see it. But yeah, I feel like DC with their Arrowverse, they're doing a lot better with crossovers. Because what's really great about it is they're doing it annually, which is awesome. So you get, I think the first couple of seasons of Arrow, you got a crossover with Flash, because I think that's by the time Flash had to be in its first season. You had an episode where the Flash and the Arrow at the time fought, and then you have a episode a year later with the second season of the Flash, I want to say, and the third season of Arrow. You have another season, another crossover, and the third year after that was a crossover where all four shows were aligned in crossover, which is awesome. And they plan to do that every year until the shows go off air, which I hope is never, because those are freaking awesome. But the crossover is going to sound pretty awesome. But that's the thing about DC; they're better at crossing over regularly, like more often than ever. Marvel, they do crossover, but only like once every movie, like every big movie, like Avengers. They only do like every Avengers movie. So you have Avengers, and then you have Avengers 2, and then you have Thor Ragnarok, and a little bit of Spider-Man. And then you have Infinity War. That's the big one. That's gonna comprise of the Guardians and the Avengers, which is gonna be awesome.
Right.
But yeah, I get what you're saying about more DC has more crossovers. I understand that. It makes a lot more sense to have DC with more crossovers because they know what they're doing. They've been doing it a lot longer. They actually have a plan. Although Marvel, they still don't have. They can do pretty well with crossovers, but it's only limited to the movies. In fact, that the reason why DC TV is better than Marvel, yeah, is the fact that because they have so many shows going on right now, they're able to do crossing over a lot more. Actually, sorry about that. And that's just a video I rendered. Sorry, but basically, they recently did a lot more. They've been doing a lot more crossovers. In fact, on Supergirl and The Flash, they did a musical crossover, which is really cool. And I believe they did like one episode of Arrow where they had a 5-second Flash crossover. It was like the Flash came by and did a real quick thing. But yeah, I think you're right about that. The whole crossover thing. I'm excited. I'm always excited when I see a crossover happen because it's awesome. I believe we had an episode of this show where we talked about crossovers. And my God, I love crossovers. They're awesome. It's always fun to see characters meet up and react to people. You guys haven't seen the Infinity War trailer, have you?
No, Infinity War? I haven't seen the Infinity War trailer.
There's a leaked Infinity War trailer that's on YouTube right now.
Not technically leaked. Someone filmed it while at Comic-Con.
Well, obviously that's what they do. They do that all the time, which is, even though it's supposed to be like against the rules, people will do it. But like, hey, no one's gonna follow your rules, Comic-Con.
Comic-Con.
What? No. Comic-Con is not Spider-Man.
Does whatever a Comic-Con does.
No. However, speaking of conventions, I'm going to PAX next month actually. I think I told you guys that I was at PAX last year, but I'm going to PAX this year. I got booked for 3 days, so I'm very excited about it. I managed to. I don't think I ever told you this, but do you guys realize how fast tickets for PAX sell out?
I don't know.
So
I would imagine it would sell out.
when they went on sale, they were gone in 15 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah. So you nerds out there who like video games and like video game conventions, PAX is one of the fastest selling out conventions. They go, I think a couple of years ago or even last year, they sold out within 24 hours. No, I think most of the passes except Monday sold out within 15 minutes. That's what I was told. My brother told me that they sold out within 15 minutes, which is crazy. But yeah, basically, I think that Marvel is better than DC because they have started earlier. But DC is better than Marvel because they have access to a lot more characters, and that's true. That's the true fact. I'm still really impressed by what DC's done so far, at least the TV side. But movie side, not so much. Are you guys gonna see the Justice League movie at all? Please tell me you're not gonna see it.
I mean, I want to see it, but...
Why? But why?
Oh, no, not that one. Sorry, I got it mixed up. I don't know if you were talking about Infinity War.
Well, there are two team-up movies. Justice League just looks like rushed, and it looks terrible, too colorful.
Yeah, I'm not. No.
I don't know what they were thinking. It's like, nobody is going to see this shit. It looks shitty. It looks just terrible. It looks awful. Heck, it looks worse than the Emoji Movie.
True.
Yeah, I will not be watching it because it looks awful, and it's one of those movies where they wait until the last second to show you a major character, kind of like what they did with Civil War, where they showed Spider-Man at like the last second, or Age of Ultron, where they show Vision at the last second. I hate those movies. I hate movies, or I hate trailers where they talk about a character appearing in the movie, but they don't actually show the character until like the final trailer. I hate that. It sucks. It's like, come on, you really are you serious about that?
Yes,
Because remember seeing the first Captain America Civil War trailer, and then I'm like, where's Spider-Man? Come on, he's supposed to be in the movie. Come on, where is he? And then it wasn't until the final trailer that he finally appeared. It's like, come on.
I'm back.
Oh, again? Hi. Your internet hates you.
My phone is not being nice.
I see, I understand that. But, yeah, so Lucas, we're talking about whether or not you guys are going to see the Justice League movie.
Probably not theater.
I am just not going to see it. I mean, I was also... Yeah.
Yeah, that one movie, what's that movie? I already, okay, Justice League.
Yeah.
How forgettable that is gonna be. I forgot the name within a minute of you telling me.
Yep. Wow. But I was also talking about the fact that there are those movie trailers or like, Marvel trailers where they'll show you, or they'll leak a character, or they'll tell a character, say their character is going to be in the movie, and they don't actually see the character appearing in the trailer until like the final trailer. So you have like, Spider-Man not appearing until the final trailer for Captain America Civil War, and then you have Vision not appearing until the final trailer of Age of Ultron. Do you ever get that vibe, like, you're wondering why they aren't there?
Well, the only case I can think of was Batman vs. Superman. Kind of showed up at the very end of that.
Who showed up at the last set? What?
Wonder Woman showed up in
Oh, yeah.
the trailer, and then he was in the movie for like 2 minutes.
Well, not quite that much time, but
Basically did nothing of significance in the story.
Just be a badass. Just
like, hey guys, I'm here.
yeah, exactly. That what made the movie kind of crap.
I have a shield.
I have a sword. I have a sexy body. I'll just show up.
I have a sword. I have a shield. I have a body that will get.
Oh my god. I mean, seriously. She is pretty hot. You gotta understand that.
I can't say she's bad looking. I can't say that.
But yeah, my opinion with that is when Spider-Man didn't appear until the final trailer of Captain America Civil War, and then yeah, because they hadn't officially made him announce his return until they finally made the trailer, and it finally arrived, and then same thing with Vision in the final trailer for Age of Ultron. I'm like, where's Vision? It's like, Oh, that's Vision. Okay. Yeah, it happens a lot with trailers, and I don't know what to expect for the. I think that last Thor trailer was the last Thor trailer we're gonna get. We might get one more, but I don't think so.
Right.
Yeah, I'm so excited for that. But which is why that's why Hulk can't appear in any more movies, and that's why Marvel isn't the best because they don't have licensed to other characters, and some of the characters they have to make a deal with them, or they can only use them in other movies. They can't use them they can't have their own movie. So that's the disadvantage to Marvel, and also the fact that they don't have everything in one universe. They don't have all of it. That's 4 characters. It's like Marvel. Why did you sell your rights to the characters? You are an idiot. You suck. You shouldn't have done that. That kind of thing.
Wow, that's a little harsh.
No, I'm serious. Marvel, what were you thinking? Selling the rights to all these characters. You know how much money you could have made?
True.
Right.
Yeah. So anyway, that's all I really had for this week. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about?
Well,
Yeah.
I want to like Justice League. I hope the Justice League makes DC universe better because Justice League's my favorite superhero team.
Yeah. Well, it's in the animated show, but yeah. I disagree with you on that though. Justice League movie, it's gonna bomb. That's my opinion though. That's why DC sucks. Anyway,
Yep.
is that all we have? Let's hope. Is that all you got? Is there anything else, or should we wrap up? Okay. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up. Thank you all so much for listening to this episode. If you liked it, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And also subscribe for more episodes of this show and other videos I do. Don't forget to subscribe to Steve Kovoc. Link will be in the description for that one. Check him out. He's pretty cool. And yeah, click to your right and left for last week's episode and the week before that. And we will be back next time for another episode. Alright? Bye!
Hasta la vista.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.